The investigation of pipe bombs mailed to prominent critics of President Trump continues to grow. On October 26, authorities arrested 56-year-old Cesar Sayoc, who has a history of arrests in Florida, including a 2002 bomb threat.
Who is Cesar Altieri Sayoc? What we know about the suspected mail bomber arrested in Florida. As I'm sure by now you've all heard of this guy and know about this story. It's been unfolding over the last couple of days. Now, the main point of this video is not to tell you about the story of the bomber and everything that went down, although I will do that. I'll give you a little rundown from this article. The main point's gonna come a little later in the video. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm sure it's gonna be one that make me lose about another 40 subscribers. See, because every time I do a video that isn't attacking the left, I lose about 50 subscribers. So I guess slowly but surely we'll weed out the people who thought I was like some right-winger for some reason. I'm not saying I'm like a leftist or anything, but like I really never care about my political position. So I guess you could call me, oh, you're a fucking centrist, scum, blah, whatever. But the point is that there's never been any indication that I was a right-winger. Why? Because I was against Islam? Always stated I was against Christianity too. What? Because I'm pro-immigration laws? Why? Because blacks commit more crimes in America than whites, and I state this? Are these reasons why you people thought I was right-wing? It's fucking insane to me. These things don't make me right-wing. But anyway, like I said, I'm sure a bunch of you will be leaving after this video because there's a lot of crazy conspiracy theorists out there. Anyway, let's get to the article quick before we get to that. Next to the pro-Trump stickers plastered all over the white van authorities say belongs to Cesar Sayoc are the names and the photos of dozens of prominent Democrats and media figures. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, former First Lady Michelle Obama, former Attorney Generals Eric Holder and Loretta E. Lynch, and filmmaker Michael Moore. There is also a sticker declaring CNN sucks. Authorities on Friday arrested Sayoc and identified him as a suspect in the sprawling mail bomb scare that included at least a dozen suspicious packages sent to political and media figures, including many pictured on the van. Sayoc has been charged of 5 federal crimes, including transportation of explosives and threats against former presidents, and faces up to 58 years in prison if convicted, according to the Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Sayoc, a 56-year-old registered Republican, lives in Aventura, Florida, near the facility from where many of the packages were mailed, authorities said. In a criminal complaint, authorities said they lifted one of the fingerprints from the device sent to Maxine Waters and matched a DNA sample to Sayoc from 2 of the devices. He was taken into custody near the white van. Sayoc, who was previously known to law enforcement officials, has been arrested nearly a dozen times in Florida, including a 2002 arrest for making a bomb threat. This guy's got a thing for bombs. His criminal record in the state extends to the early 1990s, starting with his arrest for larceny at the age of 29, according to the state records. Other charges of larceny, grand theft, and fraud would soon follow across the southern part of the state. In the 2002 bomb threat case, Sayoc pleaded guilty to the felony without a trial and was sentenced to probation, the records show. According to the Miami-Dade County Jail bookings record, Sayoc called Florida Power and Light and threatened to blow up the local electric utility. Sayoc said it would be worse than September 11th, and also threatened something would happen to the FPL representative he was talking to if the utility cut his electricity. Deborah Gurgain, the general manager of New River Pizza and Fresh Kitchen in Fort Lauderdale, said Sayoc worked as a delivery truck driver for several months until he quit in January. He was crazed. That's the best word for him, she said. There was something really off with him. The white van he drove to deliver pizzas was covered in disturbing images, she said, so the restaurant required him to park it on the side where it could not be seen. It was puppets with their heads cut off, mannequins with their heads cut off, Ku Klux Klan, a black person being hung, anti-gay symbols, torchings, bombings, you name it. It was all over his truck. He was kept on because he did his work reliably, and good drivers are hard to find, she said, but he disturbed his co-workers with racist comments and texts. He was very angry and angry at the world, at blacks, Jews, gays, she said. He always talked about, if I had complete autonomy, none of these gays or or blacks would survive. He never said that he would kill them or murder them or bomb them. He just said if I had complete autonomy, the gays, the blacks, and Jews would not survive. He was very, very strange. Alright, I'm not going to get into the rest of the article, but basically I just wanted you to get a gist of what the guy is like. He's a fucking whack job, obviously. He is also a Trump supporter. He is also a registered Republican. From what they gathered from his social media posts, he was anti all the usual suspects like Hillary Clinton, George Soros, anyone that the right wing attaches to, you know, the evil leftist shit. And apparently there were about 13 people targeted in this terrorist attack, which is what it is. Even though none of the bombs went off, thank goodness. So this started, I think, about 2 days ago. I think George Soros and like 2 other people received packages, and then the next day a bunch of others received them. And even today, I think 2 people received packages. So right away, you could tell there was a pattern. Everyone that received a package was some prominent Democratic figure. They were involved in politics one way or the other. So to anyone who has any amount of brain cells in their brain could see the pattern and could tell that this guy who did this was probably a right-winger, and it was political. But unfortunately, we live in the times of right-wing conspiratards. And I'm not just saying this hyperbolically, I'm talking about real fucking idiots. These people are the farts of Alex Jones. I'm talking about people like Paul Joseph Watson, Candace Owens, Laura Loomer. Some of them fucking mental cases, like Laura Loomer. She's a fucking whack job. Let me explain where I'm going with this. I see this tweet by some random guy I never heard of. Trump backers who have suggested the bombs are a liberal hoax. Ann Coulter, Rush Limbaugh, Michael Savage, James Woods, Mike Flynn Jr., Frank Gaffensee, Kurt Schlichter, if that's how you pronounce that, Candace Owens, David Horowitz, John Cardillo, Laura Loomer, Jacob Wall, Chadwick Moore, John Lott. So I had already seen Laura Loomer and Candace Owens post retarded shit about it, and I'm gonna show you them now. The other people I either don't care or don't know about and didn't see anything about it, but I'm sure it's true. Alright, first up, Candace Owens. Now before I even read what she said, so many people are fooled by this woman. She's a fucking fake conservative. She used to be a liberal. She's just in it for the money. She's fucking playing all you people. She doesn't know jack shit about politics, and she talks out her ass and just says all this shit. She uses SJW tactics by claiming, oh, blah, 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 you talk about blacks like this when she's talking about liberals. She's pulling the same thing these liberals that she claims to hate and all this shit, and all these people claim to hate because of the way they act, and they use their race as a shield, like. She does the same fucking shit. Now anyway, back to what she said. I'm going to go ahead and state that there is a 0% chance that these suspicious packages were sent out by conservatives. The only thing suspicious about these packages is their timing. Caravans, fake bomb threats, these leftists are going all out for the midterms. Now, obviously, she fucking deleted this tweet because she realized she's a fucking idiot. 0% chance. Why? No reason. This is just straight up conspiratorial thinking from these Alex Jones wannabe ass kissers. Here's Laura Loomer. There's a couple of tweets from her. Every single news station is reporting fake news about the suspicious packages. There were no reports of explosives inside the packages, and the former NYPD commissioner is reporting no detonator was attached to the packages. This is fake news. There was no bomb. It's fake. Now, like, whether or not the bomb was able to be detonated, irrelevant. They were still sent. It's a threat regardless. It's an intimidation tactic at the very least. But all these people are just saying this shit with absolutely no evidence to prove their points. They just say it. It can't be true. A right-winger cannot do a fucking terrorist attack because then we look fucking bad. That's all this is about. Here's another one from this big-nosed bitch. The suspicious package hype is the new Me Too movement. Oh, really? Leftists are just salivating at the mouth with hopes that they can hop on the bandwagon with CNN to bash real Donald Trump with unfounded accusations. That's why they are using the hashtag Magabomber. Or maybe it's because he was a Trump supporter. Just maybe that's why they're calling him the Magabomber. Hell, I titled my video the Magabomber before I even read this tweet. There's nothing to do with Trump. Like, Trump is not in trouble for this, although you can construe some of the things he says to maybe think or assume he's calling for violence. I'm not saying that's true or not, but it could be done, I'm sure. He's said things like the media has to pay for this. I've heard it before. It's not a call to violence, but it's shady. But the point is, it doesn't matter if it makes Trump look bad. It doesn't have to do with Trump. It obviously has to do with the guy that sent these packages. But he was a Trump supporter. He was videoed at Trump rallies with CNN suck signs. He is attached to Trump, whether Trump or you like it or not. But that doesn't mean that Trump bears any responsibility. So that's not where I'm going with this for any of you out there who are about to freak out. Here's one more from her. I must say, isn't it interesting how several of the people who were suddenly intended recipients of these so-called suspicious packages recently had their security clearances revoked? If anyone knows how to organize a false flag, it's the former CIA director, John Brennan. Just accuse people of shit. Like, false flag. I swear if I hear the fucking phrase false flag from anyone in my life, I'm gonna punch him in the throat. Their fucking god Alex Jones has gone down legally for fucking saying shit like Sandy Hook was a false flag and there are no dead kids. He's been in fucking so much trouble for that shit. But these people just keep going with his bullshit. They learned well from him. Isn't it funny though, Laura Loomer? She looks and acts like a certain someone. She's an SJW, by the way. I don't care if she's a fucking right-winger or what. She's a massive SJW. This bitch barges into people's speeches, screaming her head off. She's like the fucking Jewish version of Trigglypuff. She disrupted that play. She disrupts people's speeches. She does this all the time. She's just an SJW. But like I was saying a second ago, she's reminding me of someone. Someone I know very well. Well, I don't really know them, but I've done a lot about them and talked a lot about them. Put a hijab on her. Who do you think she looks like? That's right, our good friend Linda Sarsour. The resemblance is a little uncanny. Anyway, back to the tweets. Here's another one from jackass Paul Joseph Watson. Breaking news! Caesar Sayak, the alleged male bomber, had Trump stickers all over his vehicle. But on Twitter, he only follows 32 people, many of whom are left-wingers like Lena Dunham, Barack Obama, and Jimmy Kimmel. What gives? What gives, Paul? These are the people he fucking hates, you stupid ass. How fucking hard is this to understand? These fucking people suck. You know why they suck even more than the reasons I've said? Because how many fucking videos have I done on terrorist attacks from Islam? How many Islamic terror videos have I done? Dozens, hundreds, who the fuck knows? So goddamn many, right? I sit there and I call that shit out because of what it is. Religious terrorism. And what do you got here? Political terrorism. But oh, I'm sorry, it comes from your side. So right away, it's a false fucking flag. This is what makes these people so pathetic. They're hypocrites. They don't give a fuck. It's all about their side. It's all about the people they're associating with. They don't give a fuck about terrorism. They're just pushing their shit. These people are cowards. They have no fucking backbone. They have no balls whatsoever. Not a single shred of integrity at all. Okay? What's the harm if a fucking terror attack came from the right wing? What's the big deal? It's not all, obviously. So what is the fucking problem? There is no problem. You fucking admit it and move on like a man. But these people can't do it. Why? Because they're so tied to their fucking position on the political spectrum that they can't fucking fall out of line. Oh my god, a terrorist attack from the right wing? It must be bullshit. Let's make sure everyone knows it's bullshit. Without evidence whatsoever. Go fuck yourselves, people. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit from some of my viewers. This is gonna be one of the videos where I have 20 or more dislikes. Now, I know that sounds like I'm complaining about some fucking stupid, insignificant shit, but I don't get 20 dislikes on a video unless it bothers people in the right wing in my fan base. And I know this for a fact. Go back and check every Dave Rubin video. Go back and check a Jordan Peterson video. Go back and check any time I talk about the right wing whatsoever. You will see there's more than 20 fucking dislikes and a bunch of people telling me I'm a soy cuck. Suck my fucking dick. Say it to my face. I fucking dare you. Anyway, my point is, these people are full of shit. They are not consistent whatsoever. The only thing consistent about them is their fucking bullshit. If you think this is a false flag, you're a fucking moron. They have the guy's fucking prints. They got the guy. It's out there what he is. It's obvious. Deal with it. Sometimes some terrorists are from the right wing. It's just something you're gonna have to deal with. Don't be a jackass who's gonna complain about Islamic terror and all the fucking time and then not have the balls to call out people like this just because it's on your side and fucking jump to conspiracy theories. It's pathetic and weak. Shameless. Shameless fucking behavior on your parts. Anyway, people, I'm gonna go now. Have a good night.